the shade, it's still, for me, just a little bit of a concern. It makes a lot of sense. I think this is probably the map where it makes the most sense, actually, having said that. But we shall see. We shall see. Quickly, then the mid taken by Razor Raccoon. It's like getting those early stacks in as well. And I'm sure some of the viewers at home seeing that surge in the Buzz Lightyear form, giving some flashbacks of some memories, let's say, from the last season.
Yeah, and I'm sure not good ones for a lot of players as well, as it was very, very dominant. But Napishu's going to go in now as well, but Moya locking down this lane. Tensai trying to do the same, and will actually bait out the super as well. It's kind of worth the trade going down. Now Napishu is going to pick up on the back line, though might be able to exit out here, will straight through the wall and carries on. This is going to flip the gems in favor of Effort Result, but not really. Got too much mid-control still.
Well, break from Moya on the right-hand side. We'll get rid of some of that bush. No HP now, and a good Gush Shield handed over then to the Tara. Wyochi on the right-hand side, still just aggressing things, but nice gadget there from Moya. Will seal it and take care of business. Now the attention just pushed over to this left. Tensai goes in, gets nice consecutive taps. Dangerous stuff there for the 7 gems on top of that shade. And now that mid-control very much handed over to Crazy Raccoon. As now Effort Result playing catch-up.
Well, double hypercharge, ready to roll as well. The Frank kind of just looming here, might be able to catch a couple off guard on this left-hand side. Just going to throw the super out, try and predict that Ginazol was going to go down that side, but chose to turn back and not make the move. Hypercharge ready to roll now as well for the Tara, and is surely going to be able to get it. Actually, Moya managed to pick it up, and everybody falls on that side. They're going to let Milkreo swoop in and get those gems, as he's going to have the ability to spend the majority of this countdown in the air.
I was going to say the perfect person to have the gems. Ultimately, there's nothing you can do against the Janet. There's no countermeasure for it, and not even having to worry about it, as Moya and Tensai just really keeping house and just locking down those left and right hand side lanes. Kind of what we expected. Bit more back and forth though, I've got to be honest. So far, I wouldn't count out their Effort Result. There was some good efforts being made. But again, when it came down to it, Crazy Raccoon just had that ability to keep that level head and that cool composure to get the job done.
I mean, this is the thing, it's kind of expect, you know, the Effort Result to have some moments here and there, being able to kind of swoop and get some gems, but a team like CR isn't going to really be wavered by that. And they know for the most part how to lock down and come back from these things as well. Wyochi, I think he sent out maybe a shield there to the left-hand side and did miss it, dropped the base, kept them low, and although they were in a 3v1 in the mid pretty much there, they have backed all the way up and allowed CR to have that control.
Moya, oh, just scaving there on the gadget side. Didn't make the connection, but close. There's now Shade coming in and getting some good value as well. Moya's taken care of as the Result tries to retake this mid. Again, long arms as well there. Will keep Tensai down to 400 HP, but it is Tensai that has the final say. It's a bit of a wasted Tara super there as well. Moya's going to stay standing. That's not what you like to see. Some big mistakes starting to shine through here on the side of Effort Result.
Well, Tensai kind of pinned back in this portion of the map, but goes for the jump in, and actually Ginazol is going to pick him up. Milkreo forced into the sky by Napishu on this left-hand side as the Shade continues to push forwards, and Moya just eating all the shots, going forward and eating the Tara Super too. Stays alive for now, but surely that's not going to last too long. Actually, he's staying alive a lot longer than I expected still, but Napishu's going to swoop in and try and pick that up now. 16 gems, 16 HP, and 3 gems dropped on this right-hand side. And this time, Effort Result looking on top of the world.
I did say don't count them out just yet, and if they can hold on for just 10 more seconds, we'll be tied up in this set. Hypercharge down the top right hand side for Moya will get some value, but the time is ticking. Milkreo with the hypercharge there, taking to the sky, should get some bombs, and they do land! The gems are down, but the reset is going to be there. Crazy Raccoon are not out of the woods yet. They've got to hold firm and get yet another reset, and then get the gems out of this spawn.
I mean, Moya's eating every single shot, and down he goes. Milkreo trying to get a super. Only grabs a couple of those gems, but that's going to be enough to stop this count now, as they've only got 9 in hand. And look at Moya just looming, waiting for his opportunity to use this super. And it's 9-9 now. Moya's surely going to pick up Napishu here, and Gina's eating shots too. And just like that, countdown starts for Crazy Raccoon.
Big smash on the left-hand side there from Moya, really keeping the pressure on. And Effort Result have got to get on this mid and get these gems. I don't think there's going to be enough time for 2 to spawn in, regardless of the position there of Crazy Raccoon. What a turnaround for them. But it shouldn't have come that close, in my opinion. They were just looking so solid. And then it just all starts to crumble in that second game. They get the set, but some big question marks. You know, for an organization like Crazy Raccoon, should it have been that close, Trav?
I really don't know if it should have been, to be honest with you. I mean, they had an incredibly good game, and arguably I'd say they probably should have dropped that second game, and we should have gone to a third to decide it all. But, you know, a team like Crazy Raccoon, as I mentioned after the first one, and as you said as well, you know, they might drop a few moments here and there, but for the most part, they're going to be in control. So even when they were down, you kind of had that sinking feeling that they were going to be able to bring it back and really put up a bit of a fight. And Tensai, star man, 12 kills, 367 DPS, and nobody else could really, you know, kind of shape up to him, as Moya also had 9. They were by far the team that had the most kills.
Gentlemen, coming back in after this set, I have to ask, with all the experience you've had watching Crazy Raccoon in competitive, is this typical for how they kind of...
Crazy Raccoon, if they didn't go with that, then this comp may have been more gnarly than it actually now is. The Mortis can really have a fantastic time against this draft. And I think Crazy Raccoon may have just pulled out a fantastic pick in just the right stage of it. I think for a result now, maybe starting to regret their decision making on that front. You kind of want to land yourself with that kind of... If you're going to go double throw, you kind of want it to land on you as the final pick and have that be a situation where you can overview the entire draft and make that informed decision to know that that is the right time to double down, quite literally. And I think they may have missed a trick there. Crazy Raccoon now, and it's Tensai on it. We could be in for a treat here, Trav.
I mean, Draco and Mortis should surely just be able to overrun these two throwers. You know, I'm not counting them out, but if Milcreo gets some stacks, and what else can I say? Like, what do they expect?
I love it.
It's so obvious.
It is. But, you know, this is the thing about Crazy Raccoon is, like, you've got to hand it to them. They've been shaken a little bit today, but clearly not stirred. Now, as we see, the drafting still very much on point. Coming in now, Gren with the Lion's Breath, spurring down everything in his path on the side of Moya. Down there falls Pichu as the Juju Gree going in there onto mid road. Not going to find too much there as the gadget pop. Tensai Hypercharge coming in as well. So aggressive. And they've already got the goal. They've just got to sit back and just wait for every result. Just push into this and just pick them up one by one, really. There's no needed aggression, but I can guarantee that they're going to continue to bring it. They want to tie this one up as quickly as possible, and why not?
Yeah, I mean, they're fine with every result just sitting in the position that they were, but they are going to make a move eventually. There's the Hypercharge pass comes through, and actually, I think he kind of baited his teammate out there a little. Napishu's going to use the Hypercharge and go forwards. Definitely a little bit of a pass into Tensai there, and he actually got the ball instead of being able to attack. So, not what he'll have wanted, but effort result bounced back very strong, and actually do have a bit of a chance now.
Grigori going down yet again. Probably prefer that on the left-hand side for me. Onto the Mortis, but nonetheless, the berry heals are huge. It's a 3 versus 2 and a lovely little tailspin there to finalize things, as Everett result actually are the ones to gain the game. Unbelievable, a draft that, in my opinion, you know, I was swayed by the draft at the beginning, but then swayed immediately back towards Crazy Raccoon when the Mortis showed its face. But they got the game, Trap, and they were a goal down. So that tells me that they've got some perseverance in this squad. Again, against the Goliath, like Crazy Raccoon. Who would have thought that they would be up in this set?
Yeah, I mean, Tensai going in and not finding the same results as he was in the last one either, but they do clean up quickly, and this should be a goal. A little pass forward to Milcreo, or maybe they'll just walk it in alone. And, I mean, it was closer than I thought it was going to be at the end, but Milcreo does get the early goal once more for Crazy Raccoon. Now it's just going to be a question of whether or not they're going to be able to play that a little bit better and keep it this way.
I think when Gina Zuri gets this Gree, that's the really big turning point for me, and now it is, but I think at the wrong time. Ball push forwards, Big Berry Hill still there, but nonetheless, the wipe is there. Crazy Raccoon pushing forwards, and this should be a great straight walk-through goal, and it is. As quickly as that, this set is all tied up.
See, that's what we expected to happen after the first goal in the first game. We expected them to just continue that dominance and walk all over them once more. Definitely a lot better by Crazy Raccoon in that second game, but you know, after the first, I don't think we can really count the opposition out, because they've made it happen once before. What's stopping them from doing it again? But that was night and day by Crazy Raccoon.
Well, now if it results on push forwards, I'm just going to say it. Let them cook. As far as I'm concerned, I want them to gain this set. Big rats going into Moya. Big aggression. Shots over the wall there from the Juju as well. 1 HP from the last stand gadget, and it will be enough to get the ball safe into the hands of Tensai, but Gree going to be going in yet again. Big taps. Gina Zuri is playing a fantastic game on this Juju, and if you can just keep cycling these Grees in, that to me is the turning point in this draft.
You know, unable to get the kill there, and Wahochi was so close to death. Tensai now all alone, trying to actually defend it with the super rather than holding onto it, but can't be too far away as he did cycle it through 2 of them. And now Effort Result take the 1-goal lead this time in this third and final deciding game, but now they bounce out of the blocks quickly. The Pishu's going forward to get jumped, and he goes over it. That's a huge mistake from them, and that's going to be a set going over to Effort Result, equalizing this and making it 1-1.
Let them cook! I'm really happy for them. You know, we were saying the draft was just instantly turned, and that Crazy Raccoon just, with that final Morris pick, we're going to just be able to seal it very, very quickly. And in some instances, they did. But this is the worrying thing. And that 4% on the event side now, licking their chops.
Look at those numbers. They are only just a little bit different, but that's all it took for Effort Result to squeak out a win here. Now
showing his face as the third and final pick on the side of Effort Result as well. It can work, but we've also, Trav, as you and I both know, because we cast that game in the World Finals, had moments where Kit can definitely not work. What kind of day is it going to be on a map and mode like Bounty and Shooting Star to bring in a Kit?
I mean, what a weird map. It's such a confusing draft by Effort Result again. You know, Melody is definitely not something I see every day on Shooting Star, I'll put it that way. I'm not just sure if I'm just not versed with the East Asia draft, but you know, they kind of notorious.
Send you with the gas though, to be fair.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's gonna be okay. I just don't know if I'm entirely convinced that it's, you know, a draft that we'd see in near of any other region.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. But hey, if Effort Result are drafting, mate, it must be good. It must be good.
It seems to be working.
Let's see. They have got the lead on the side of Crazy Raccoon. And I do like the game a bit. I don't necessarily knock it too heavily. But I just know it's one of those brawlers that can be quite slow and sluggish when it comes down to the positioning on the map. And you know, in a map and mode like Bounty and Shooting Star, that can go against you sometimes. As again, Blue Star is with Effort Result. Just one singular takedown as we're getting a few little glimmers on the Wi-Fi there on the spectate. We'll see how the game develops, but nonetheless, both sides are still just looking to just earn that utility, settle down, try to get some things on the map. Certainly for Moya, that's his thought processes. With the 8-bit, you do need to get that sort of booster down. You know, you've got to have that plugged-in star power to really have that additional agility and the mobility on the map. So having that will be able to evade some losses, hopefully, in terms of the stars.
Yeah, I mean, a very defensive 8-bit turret here. We usually see it thrown behind the unbreakable wall, but with the pinch that Gus would be able to put in, and if Melody gets even a shot on someone, she'd just be able to take it out with the notes. So we see a very patient Kit here. They might be waiting for a last-second push, along with Napishu and a Gus shield onto them as well. That would be quite a scary thing to have coming towards you.
Couple box. Ooh, that was a close little prediction there from Milk Rio, but he's still not aware that Ginaziri is lurking, and there are the swipes. 3 consecutive and straight back out. Good healing there being handed over. They've just clutched it in the final seconds. Tensai's too low to contest this. Big taps on Samoy. The TP's there, but it's not going to be enough as well to be able to do anything more. And Tensai for desserts. This is a fantastic turnaround as Effort Results have come out on top yet again with an absolute steal.
Hey, Ark, if Effort Result draft it, it's going to work.
It's gonna be good.
Let them cook on these drafts, honestly. They're the weirdest things I've ever seen, but they're working. I mean, what a play that was down the right-hand side by Ginazir, to be fair. Double invis in the cardboard box, picks up a kill, you know, doesn't use his jump to get in. He's using the other kit that Kit has with the invises, and it's just what he might be able to find one on Milkro here as well.
Oh, yeah, if he just got that first swipe on, it was a little bit out of range, unfortunately. If he'd just been able to swipe that first shot earlier, he may have been okay, but Tensai's not. And then comes the Melody to clear things up. The star is hand over, though. The trade is there, as Moya will pick it up, and that is the 3-star lead now for Crazy Raccoon with the blue. Let's see what this kid can do on the right-hand side again. This time, Milk Rio finding that prediction shot in a nice way as well. TP going in, but exchanges are happening left, right, and center. The Melody will be able to escape this situation. Can we say the same for Wahochi on the left-hand side as Moya can't find these taps?
Yeah, the gap doesn't really close. It stays the same with just more stars on either side. Napishu does have a hypercharge though, and that's a dangerous, dangerous thing. Ginazola not really finding the same success with these invises in the cardboard boxes. Milkro a bit more clocked onto it this time. Doesn't have to want to make the same mistakes as he did in the previous game and kind of cost his team with those. But Napishu just searching for a super to use along with this hypercharge. Might be able to make a play in the closing seconds once again.
I like this though from Everett Result because they know that Milkro is that person to really latch onto with the kit. Hypercharge is available there for Tensai now as the connection is there as well, so this heal's going to be really able to push things forwards for Everett Result. The Hypercharge pops now as well on the Melody side. This could be dangerous. Tensai's forced away there. Where's she going on the left-hand side? It's a wipe, but Crazy Raccoon now behind. Moya's the last man standing. Can't find anything of a connection. 25 seconds are available here for a turnaround, but I mean, again, it's Everett Result escaping with the goods, but this time around they've got to hold it for longer.
Yeah, Napishu's so low, and the Guild Shield's going to be missed. Azor's going to go down as well on the left. Napishu might be able to pick it up, though. Gets a shield along with it. Tensai pinned in. They might be able to pick him up. In goes the hypercharge from Moya, but the jump on it from a kid. Should be able to secure, but no, they all go down. And Crazy Raccoon managed to do it. Unbelievable. When everything looked to be going the opposing team's way, Crazy Raccoon managed to clutch up.
For Crazy Raccoon here. I didn't want them to lose stamina too early because I would love for this to go the distance now. We've seen so much unexpected out of Effort Result. I feel your opinion's changing in real time, Trev.
Yeah, I mean, as we go into this third game, now Ginazola just going to get pulled straight through that wall. Napishu, I mean, what a move this is as well. Almost got his jump back there, or did get his jump back, but couldn't quite use it out. Moya with the TP back to the left-hand side. Wahochi backing off just a little bit. They are 2 stars down, but it's a closer scoreline than in the previous one, and they did manage to turn that as around last time as well.
Oh, this is dangerous stuff here. The kit, the shield there, perfect timing. Gonna get some more value for it. The trades though are back and forth and heavily in favor here of Crazy Raccoon, and there's another tally as well. As the pitcher just getting there, a little bit overzealous. Walking Cane, oh my word! What an interaction! The cardboard box can save it now. Crazy Raccoon really are starting to cook here. Their lead extending big time here. 14 stars to just the 5 as Effort Result now starting to look much more shaky.
Yeah, jump goes in, but Ginazola's not going to be able to fight it again, and they're getting a bit, they're going a little bit too aggressive at this point, and just feeding more and more stars into Crazy Raccoon's hands. This should going to be and that was so fast. Crazy Raccoon bounce back is, unparalleled. They really, backs against the wall. They're almost dropping a set and going down 2-1. But in the end, they managed to bounce back and get that set back, because that could have gone incredibly wrong for them, and it looked like it was going to go that way in the first and the second games. I mean, the first went the way of Effort Result. The second probably should have done, but a big turnaround in the closing seconds by Crazy Raccoon allowed them to just hold on that a little bit more.
I don't know about you guys. The excitement of that match made me think I was a caster for a brief second. That was really more than we were expecting, more than we were led to believe we would see from Effort Result, and just an exciting rise to the challenge that we see now from Crazy Raccoon. Are they really bringing out the best in each other here?
It's also, I'm down to see it. I think 1 month we just do a switch and we go for it. I can tell you've got it in you. What an amazing match. I got to say though, I feel like for me, Effort Result just really threw it away. Like they really did that. They demonstrated they could make the comp work, that they were able to come out with a win. And in that final match, when it was all tied up, they just went in so overzealous. They really did not need to. They could have had a lot more time to recollect themselves and talk things through and get those communication lines flowing a little bit better. They went in too overly aggressive. The trades were just not in their favor anymore, by much in comparison to the previous first games, where they really waited for that opportunity to strike. And that was what was beautiful about it. Yes, in their second game, Crazy Raccoon did turn it around in the end, back into their favor, and got the job done against all odds. But the pacing was so different. In that third game, none of that pacing was relevant anymore. They just didn't really seem to have that same composure at all anymore.
There is much said across all of sports about playing your own game versus getting tripped up into playing somebody else's game here. And it does seem like Crazy Raccoon is a little bit maybe trying to get a little desperate, trying to capitalize on stuff that maybe the whole team doesn't agree with here. If you had to give him some coaching words, Trav, my favorite question, to ask, what would you say to the team right now? Crazy Raccoons, getting it back together.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be on top of it after that last game. I think maybe the drafts are taking them a little bit by surprise, and I think they're taking us all by surprise by effort result, to be honest with you. But they do seem to be kind of, pivoting on the fly and making sure that they're kind of not playing into effort results game, at least, in the last two. Because as I said, they were very calculated in the first effort result, and then from there, it definitely kind of liking what Crazy Raccoon have got that a little bit more.
I don't know, bro. Kitten heist, I mean. I don't know.
We've seen how this plays out.
It's not 3 bridges, to be fair, or a bridge too far, but I mean, it's not had the best of success rates historically as a mode. It could, I mean, and going back to the World Finals when we did see that kit appearance in A Bridge Too Far by Juan Carlos, of course, who can forget one of the most memorable moments of the World Finals. I did think going into the draft that I didn't mind it as much as what actually availed and turned out to be the case. So it obviously just didn't quite work out in that regard. Maybe it'll work out better here. Already some good positioning power going straight in. Look at that. Look at to the punch there. Just how much there Gina Ziri really was. And now all 3 members here of effort result on the safe and going in.
Yeah, well, some good shots coming in now as well. No real damage, though, as the Daryl is going to go down. Moya's pretty much going to be able to equal what... No, well, only 10% off what they've done on the other side. Amber Oil onto the safe, and now a good aggressive push coming in from Daryl there as well. Split coming through as Napishu getting some big damage down on safe, but Tensai up top got the flames on safe as well, and that's going to flip it in CR's favor as now we see Gina Zor jump into 2 people, and that's never going to end well.
Yeah, 2 people and a Grigri as well. And that's just like really not very good judgment call. You want to have your teammates there to back you up in those eventualities. It wasn't there, not even close, as now CR pushing back through this mid. The Grigri still going in. Daryl has got roll on the side of the result. There you see the numbing needles as well. Will cause a slowing effect. Now as a push coming in. This is dangerous though as well for a map and mode like this and this stature. If a result don't get a win here, they're going to be up against a match point, and it is so far Crazy Raccoon with the lead. Now the hypercharge of Moya going in, and the safe decimated down to 1 HP. It's going to be over really quite quickly now as that top side is taken care of as Crazy Raccoon move on to match point.
I mean, big stuff there as well. You see Moya getting to the safe. Tensai, it's rare you see an Amber being able to make the move towards the safe and use that gadget on it to get so much damage. Pretty much replicates what a Melody can do. But because they've got a kit, because they've got a Daryl, they don't have the range to keep her away. She's able to just have that free roam straight towards the safe and, add a Colette super on top of that with hypercharge, and that's pretty much the whole safe gone as it is.
Very quick decimation there from CR. Pinpoint precision. As the effort result all completely fooled. And what's the Daryl going to do in this scenario? So early in the game, now gets the roll straight from the mid. What actually great positioning there to get on the safe. Let's see how the defense is on the side of effort result, because Daryl is causing a lot of damage. And if they get that recording rotator on the safe and that gadget gets maximum value, it's going to cause a lot. But there is Tensai doubling down the gadget. Look at the safe, down to 23% already.
Yeah, and Milkray will pick up the backlines as well. Gina's all going to come in with the gadget here. Use the cardboard box, but he is going to go down. Moya should be able to survive here as well. Gotcha gadget brings so much health to him. Might be able to get a super onto the safe here, and if he does, it's going to be done. Still 50% on the other side. Tensai moving forward. Super onto it. Burn down will come through, and Moya gets the super once again. That's going to be the game. And Crazy Raccoon are going to the semi-finals.
I mean, it wasn't clean. You gotta say it. It wasn't clean. It wasn't smooth. But the 4% that were in favor of effort result on event.brawlstars.com did not come through in this instance, and it is not going to be the upset that we were potentially about to see. That would have been what a crazy start to the year that would have been to see Crazy Raccoon go out in the quarterfinals to a relatively unknown team. But they survived. But it was not clean.
Well, Trev, our predictions are safe, but I do have to say, effort result, a beautiful showing for the first monthly final of the year. We saw that roadmap. We know there's still a lot of Brawl Stars to be played here, but they've got to be feeling good about delivering the blow that they did to a team like Crazy Raccoon. And if we know anything about them, it's that they're willing to put in the effort. So considering this might just be the beginning of an incredible story this year for them, what else would you want to write as a footnote, perhaps, to these games, Trev?
I mean, I'm so thrilled that F Result have come in here and shown us that they're not going to get swept. They have got what it takes to be able to play up against these top teams. Because before, I looked at the notes and the team sheets. I hadn't really heard of two of the players. Only Wahochi was really known to me, and now they're all on. They're on my radar because they played so well. They drafted pretty randomly, pretty kind of like out there, but a lot of the time, when I see teams playing the likes of Crazy Raccoon in East Asia region, big teams in other regions, like, listen, draft weird, try take them by surprise, because that's a lot of the time the only chance they really have. And to see a team actually do that and have it succeed for a good amount of it, it really warms my heart, and I'm excited to see other underdog teams in this region be able to show what they've got as well.